Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Adjacent podcast for our very special series called Single Ready to Mingle. And just a little warning that explicit language is used and that our amazing guests, our amazing singles, are very open and sharing their information about dating. This series is not for everybody, and if this isn't your sort of thing, click on over to our amazing interviews on Tuesdays, our book clubs on Thursdays. But we do love this series and do hope it becomes a regular part of our podcast because we were absolutely blown away by everyone that we interviewed and how open and willing they were to share their stories. And we think you'll fall in love with them too. If you're single and you would like to meet one of our amazing singles, or you would like to be one of our singles in the future, please reach out to Shelly. My number is in the notes. My contact information is in the notes. And we are glad to introduce you to these amazing singles. Most of these singles do hang out in left field. And so you can just come out to left field and watch baseball with us. And you will probably run into a handful of these singles out there. So give it a listen, give it a try. Hope you guys love it. And let us know. Send us a message. Let us know what you think about it. Their pictures will be shared on social media if you're looking for a visual. And we look forward to hearing from you guys. Enjoy.
Looking for love and dating apps and DMs. Looking for love and nothing is sticking. Seeing red flags, getting catfished. What's up? Gotta do now that I found two gals and that'll help me. I just can't wait to get adjacent to you. Looking for love.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome to Single Ready to Mingle. Okay, we got a really, really great guest today.
Yeah. He's HOTTOGO.
Definitely.
It's like all my single friends are like, when are you going to hook me up with this guy?
Yeah, he's a 10 out of 10.
He is a 10. He's my hubby's best bud.
Yes, he is.
They're together forever.
You guys are going to fall in love with them like we are in love with them.
I know. He's my husband's life partner.
Yes.
So you get a twofer.
Pointing him to me.
You get a twofer if you hook up with this guy, because you get Adrian as well.
Who is it?
It's Steve Fohl.
Steve Fohl is born. He was born on May 6th. He's a Taurus,
and he is a Taurus.
It is true. By every description of the term.
Yes.
Dependable. They're committed to their loved ones. They're hardworking. They love to, but he loves to play hard too. And it says you could be stubborn.
He's very stubborn.
I am very stubborn. There's no question about that. But of course, that plays right into being single.
That's
and it says you're sensual, that you are ruled by Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and physical and pleasure oriented, both with other people. And it says you like material objects, but I don't think that to be true.
Yeah. No, I think he's very sensual. I think his heart is on the sleeve, and he loves everybody. He's down for it.
Yes, and you're slow to anger. I've noticed that to be true. You have a very calming presence, and you're very independent. And your famous people that are Tauruses are Dwayne Johnson, Channing Tatum, Queen Elizabeth II, George Clooney, Jessica Alba, Audrey Hepburn. Wow, Gigi Hadid. You have wow, you have some good famous people on here. Al Pacino, John Cena is on your list. Hey, David Beckham. Wow, you got some
Yeah.
there.
Who do you feel like you're most like in that celebrity list?
Man, I'm gonna go with Al Pacino.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
What movie?
Sense of a Woman.
Oh, nice. Well done. Oh, I love that.
I love it. When I very first saw that movie, I thought to myself, "Oh my God!" A million times when women walk by in the grocery store or standing in line in front of you, man, I can't help but notice wow, she smells really good. Shit, that is a great scent, and it kind of makes you feel alive.
Yeah, I love that. You get all tingly.
I thought you were going to say for Al Pacino, say hello to my little friend. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I can imagine I've got quite a few people that would imagine me that way with the big pile in front of you and the world is mine. The world is mine.
That's awesome.
So, nothing. I don't know, but we're going to ask you a bunch of questions. Shelly and I, again, are 61 years collectively off the market. We are not single, but so we're going to live adjacently through you. And
I like that.
find you a love connection on. So I guess our first question is, are you on any dating app?
Nope, I've never been on a dating app. I have helped people set up their dating apps, and I have done pictures, written stories, and like little biographies for my brother Les. At one point, while we were together on vacation, he was like, "Man, I think I'm going to give it a whirl." So I've played a part, but nope, I don't. I just never had good luck actively seeking. It was truly. My mother told me when I was little, she said, "You remember when you used to run around chasing those butterflies across the street on the Sheehan's property?" And I would say, "Yeah." And she'd say, "I used to watch you out the window, and man, you would chase them. You'd get all sweaty and dirty and all tuckered out. Why do you think you never caught them?" And I would say, "Man, Mom, they look slow and kind of lopey, but they were always just out of my reach. You know, me and my little jar and my little net." And she would say, "That's right." And I would watch you until you were all tuckered out. Then you'd sit down, and then what would happen? And I would say, well, then they would come and land right on me. And she said to me, "Stephen, that's what love is."
Yeah.
I remembered that. She said that to me when I was really, really young. And I remembered that my whole entire life. That's absolutely right. And when you chase it, I had a good friend of mine, Scott Piper, that once told me, if you pursue the goddess of knowledge and wealth, the goddess of love will become enraged and pursue you. I love that one too.
Nice.
Metaphor. I'm chasing the butterflies.
Yeah.
And they come to you. It's very true. Being an aggressive chaser doesn't always help you in that love pursuit, for sure.
Yeah. Well, and Steve's so magnetic that people are drawn to him. So the butterfly, your mom was spot on.
Gosh.
For sure. And the other thing, like John, Adrian, Egon, and those guys can attest, is when we're all out together, it's always fun to come across all kinds of different people. But one thing is for sure, when I'm with my friends, it is truly time with friends. It is not, "Hey man, that girl's looking at you." So
Yeah.
I'm just not that. I'm just not interested in that way.
Yeah. And you don't need to be.
Yeah, you're one of those people that wherever you are, you're present.
Yeah.
You're fully engaged in whatever people are saying and getting to get connected with them. So it's so lovely to watch you in our friendship, all of our group, because you'll hone in on a friend and just have the best conversations, and you know you're going to be listened to when you're with Steve. He just is a great conversationalist, and always has a smile on his face. So if you were going to pick an age group of women that you're interested in, what ages what's your range, I guess I should say?
It's funny. It's kind of like a slide ruler. It's, you one day you realize I'm 55 years old for the viewers at home. And I don't, one day you realize, well, you're not dipping down into the 20s anymore. And then one day you realize you're not dipping down into the below mid 30s anymore. And then I guess as time goes on, you realize age is just the number. Really what it is the connection and things that you have to talk about with people. And so I almost find like now I'm at that point in my life where you have to have that life experience behind you, which seemingly goes hand in hand with aging. And so to answer the question directly, I don't know. I would say anywhere from 37 to 60.
Hey, yeah,
Nice.
Pretty wide range.
Yeah. I think it's important to note that Steve's retired, so he has flexibility and he loves to travel. And so he needs somebody that's kind of in that same situation, not somebody that has little kids at home and is working, 40 hours a week.
But if they can work online, that's okay.
Yeah.
But
Sure. Oh, absolutely. Well, love is love that way, right? I mean, I think that when you find the right person, and that is not just one person in my opinion. I read a thing the other day that said you have not met all of the people that will love you in this life. And I totally love that, and I certainly believe in that. But in that same vein, I've been single now for 3 years.
okay.
Almost 3 years, and so I've gone out on dates and gone out and had lots of fun with people that I've met along the way. But I'm okay walking the rest of the way by myself. I feel totally comfortable that way. I guess comfortable in my own skin is the right way to say that.
Yeah.
And if I don't, I don't need that Jerry Maguire, you complete me type person. I complete me. And so I don't feel like I need the society's approval of, but dude, aren't you worried about being alone? No, actually, I'm some of my favorite company.
Yeah. Agreed.
Oh, you gotta love yourself to be able to love others. So I feel that, and I think being alone is something that a lot of people are afraid of. And I think being alone can be so peaceful and help you to connect with yourself and the world around you. So, what is the best date you've ever been on, or what would be a great date here?
Well, I would say, let's see, some of the best dates I've ever been on have been meeting the people and going right from that. Yeah, going right from that meeting point. And so, to me, an ideal date is really kind of simple. I mean, I enjoy it almost sounds like cliche, right? Long walks on the beach. I like holding hands, and but really going out to dinner, going and listening to some music, and going for an evening walk is my idea of a perfect date. That is so, especially if you're talking about in the earliest stages of going out together. I like to be in places where you can learn, like not going to a movie where you can't talk, or things where you absolutely, you're going to get shushed by people, or just it's not appropriate. I like I want to know about you. I want to learn about you. And I want you to, the same with me. I want you to learn about me so that we can see, is it worth having another date?
I think Steve's a deep diver. Like yeah.
We've been talking to other single, ready to mingle friends, and a lot of them have said that a thing they don't like is when people don't ask questions of them. Like they are deep divers like yourself, but if there's not that mutual conversation and you're getting all the goods on that person, and they're not even asking you if you, anything. That's not a.
Oh yeah, one of my favorites is the well, you've hardly spoken about you. Tell me something about you. And then when they reciprocate that, well, geez, you haven't really talked about yourself. And it's true. I learned at an early age, really through sales.
Mm-hmm.
I learned at a very, very early age. I got into real estate when I was 19 and spent 32 years in it as my only adult job ever in my life. And I can tell you that there's no quicker way to learn about someone than asking questions, right? And then, but also I've learned through relationships and dating that you can't just ask about them. I mean, you don't want to overload talking about yourself, but there is some required self-admission, I think, that needs to take place if you're going to have any hope of moving forward from those early dates.
Agreed. And I think your sales background makes it so easy for you to connect with somebody and the whole dating process. I think anybody that's been in sales is a natural dater.
I think that's right. I think that you're right on the money right there. And finding the commonality, right? The common ground is part of sales and part of human interaction in life. I think that's why you see so many of the top salespeople. They also are successful in the personal life spoke of their life wheel.
Yeah.
Is because they understand that, no, I want to know about your day.
Exactly.
I want to, and sure, I'll throw in a couple of things about my day to the extent that you want to really know. But I want to know, how did your day go, and what's important to you? What are your thoughts on that, et cetera? And I think that's probably a common thread that runs through successful salespeople and probably just successful people in general.
Right before we jump on Zoom with you, we were with Melissa Garcia Lopez.
I love Melissa.
Yeah.
She is so adorable and so cute. And I'm not going to talk about balls that have been dropped right there because, man, she is truly one of the gems in life. And you go, how could anyone let a Melissa get away?
Agreed.
Same for you. So we know about your best date. What was a worst date? The worst date you've ever had?
A worst date that I've ever had, and gosh, there have been certainly a few of those, and that is the circling right back to all you want to do is talk about you. Even when you ask me something, you're asking me something to segue into another of your stories. And so it's, I don't know, I guess it sums it up easily to say, man, I don't want our relationship to be all about you. I don't want it to be all about me. I don't want it to be all about you. So to me, nothing ends a date quicker than I'm completely self-absorbed as I talk to the person and realize, wow, they are really self-absorbed, and you can see life revolves around them.
Yeah.
And then I also kind of don't like the outward appearance of, man, I'll just fall over with my legs in the air.
Yeah.
It is, it's nice to get to know each other. And I don't want you to want me for where I'm at in life. I want you to want me because you're genuinely interested in me, regardless of where I might or might not be at in life. And then I feel the same way about that person, and I want to feel that way about the other person.
I love that. And okay, so what are your 3 icks? Do you know what that means, Steve?
No. but I do have some kind of inclination based on that reaction.
Yeah.
Icks are the things that are just an immediate turn off. Like somebody does this, it can be like somebody eats with their mouth open. Believe it or not, for some of our single ready to mingle, it's been bad grammar. It's been an ick. It's a deal breaker. So these are 3 deal breakers. What are some deal breakers that you have?
Deal breakers. Well, again, the self-absorbed is a complete deal breaker. I mean, I'm sure you can feel the distancing in the conversation if you're perceptive at all. As I start leaning further and further back, start looking at my watch. I don't like the self-absorbed thing, and I don't like slamming other people. That's a turn off to me. And then non-family oriented, non-friend oriented. There's nothing wrong with being introverted. There's nothing wrong with, hey, I don't have, super close connections with my family and I don't have a big circle of friends. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, a lot of people are that way in life, but I think that when it is
when they have no friends and they don't talk to their family.
Yeah, correct. Or they slam them.
Yeah.
And she's my best friend, but to be honest with you, I mean, God, she is an idiot. She is, and it's just like, oh wow, didn't you just call her one of your best friends?
But it's so crazy. It's so crazy when somebody does that. It's about them. It's their insecurity.
Yeah. Yes. And then I think like what I'm also hearing is it's okay to be an introvert. And if you're having relationship issues, that's fine. That happens. But if you're going to block me from having my close relationships, that's a no-go. Like if they're like, I don't want you to go on that guy trip. I want you to be about me all the time. So no.
That's right. Well, as a one-time divorcee, and I've been divorced now for about 7 years.
Right.
And I can tell you that as time went on in my marriage, I saw that in my partner.
Yeah.
I saw the slamming of not only my friends, her own friends, her own family members, and things. And you could say that was one of the big wedges that was driven in between the marriage. Was I felt like I just got further and further and further away, recognizing the person that I had been with all that time,
Yeah.
and the mother of your kids, right?
Yeah.
Recognizing that, oh my God, this isn't the same person anymore, not even close.
Yeah.
And who are you? Who are you?
Yeah. Like, that's the thing about you and Adrian, Steve. Y'all are lifter uppers. You're not slamming downers. Y'all lift people up. And when you hear people saying mean things about their, people they're supposedly close to, it's a turnoff. It is a deal breaker.
It's an egg.
That's 100% an ick.
Yeah.
That is, and I'll tell you, on that note, Jody, I have surrounded, I made this big paradigm shift in my life, and I have found that by surrounding yourself with better people, Adrian and Shelly, you guys are 2 of the very best human beings I've ever met. And when I look at my list of friends 20 years ago, and mostly good time Charlies, and man, it's fun to hang around you guys, but that's kind of about the extent of it. I think that the people you surround yourself, they say you're the cumulative total of the 5 people you hang out with the most.
Yeah.
And I'm proud. I'm proud to know you guys. I'm proud to call you my friends. And I know for sure it has lifted me up in life to a higher level of caring about others, thinking about others, putting others first. And so I feel really good about the people that I have and what I consider to be my inner circle. They're all better people than me, all of them. And I aspire to be where they are. And to me, that's one of the noblest of goals. I love it that I even have the awareness and can acknowledge that today, that, man, I think I will for the rest of my life continue to surround myself with people who I know are better than me, because I want to try to get to where they are by watching them, watching the things that they do, and more importantly, watching their actions not just listening to their words.
Yeah. And I feel like Steve, I talk about the second mountain, and I don't know if you've read David Brooks. I think we talked about it on our other text chain. The second mountain. I feel like you and Adrian are just dragging people to the second mountain, trying to get people to the good part of their lives. And I feel that with you, and I think that's so important. And I love that second mountain. If you haven't read it, David Brooks, so good. But I think you're one of those people that is like, hey, you guys, we had that fun, but let's get over here to the second mountain, make life really great.
Yes.
I love that. And the book is called Second Mountain.
It's so good.
I'm going to write that down right now.
Yeah, Steve's an avid reader as well. And so Dana, Steve, Adrian, and I are on a text chain, and we talk about books a lot.
It's true. Audible has changed my life. I mean, I wish that I could tell you that I was this big, huge, avid reader. I can rip off some big name books that several people have read, mostly in the self-help vein. But when Audible came on the scene, oh my God, that was just a huge life changer. And I think through reading, it's really one of the only ways to continue growing your whole entire life.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Okay. On the opposite or the antithesis of your ex, what are your yummy add-ons?
Oh, the yums. Well, a lot of them are the other side of the coins of the ex. People that care about other people. You know, I went out on a date about a year ago, and as we're walking down the street, well, we went out to dinner. We were walking down to have a drink and listen to some music, and a paper blows by us. And so the gal that I'm with lets go of my hand and turns around and goes and picks up the piece of paper and throws it in the garbage. Now, I come from a space with my daughter where every time we go to the beach, before my daughter will lay down a towel or sit down and start rubbing on suntan lotion or go in the ocean, she picks up every single piece of garbage in about a 20-foot radius of where we're plopping down on the beach. And then I love it when she goes and dumps it in the garbage, looks back at me and smiles and says, "Leave it better than you found it, right, Dad?" I've said those words to her and she was able to understand language. And to see her now, it's just ingrained in her. So, of course, when you see that in other people, that is definitely, to me, that's a yum. Can you? I challenge. Can you leave the world better than you found it? Can do by little things. It doesn't have to be great, big, change the world things. Little things change the world, right? The butterfly effect.
Exactly. And I think that is how you go into every relationship. And I think that's why you've struggled so hard letting go, is you want to leave everything
better than you found it.
Better than you found it. And most of your relationships, you've done that. And so I think that's been hard.
Something not end in the way that you want it to end. And we forgot to say this. I'm so sorry, but Dean has 2 kiddos. You want to tell a little bit about your children?
Oh, sure. I have my little 2 pride and joys. The oldest one, Shelby, who just left to go back up to UNT, where she will graduate from North Texas in April with her bachelor's degree. And a little footnote to that is she will be the first one ever in the entire Fohl family tree, going back through all cousins, great-grandparents, great anythings, to have a 4-year college degree. I'm so proud. I just cannot be proud enough, and I can feel my heart growing as I say those words to you guys. So I'm so proud of her, and she is just one of the finest human beings I have ever met. Never a bad word to say about anybody, a helper of people. And when I think of the word hope and the phrase hope for the future, she's exactly what I think of. I'm just so proud of her. So she is going to be 22 in this upcoming year and is just full of life, full of love, and full of accomplishment. So talk about three things that float my boat in life, and to see them in your own child, holy cow. And then my son Logan is he'll be 20 here in March, and he has autism. That's actually how we all got together here and met. Actually, that's how I moved to Texas. Was my son was diagnosed with autism. We lived in Seattle, Washington. I told my then wife, please find the best place in the United States. I can sell real estate anywhere that they speak English. You could drop me and come back in 6 months, and I'll have a business going and friends, etc. So find the best place to get Logan the help that he needs. And I couldn't believe it ended up being Austin, Texas. So we get here, we go out to dinner, and I meet Adrian and Shelly, and subsequently Egon and Kim, and Jennifer, and at the time her husband Paul Flinton, and just this Joe and Christy Weber, just this miracle group of people who not only could point us in the right direction to get the best help for Logan that could be gotten, but he has come a million miles. It was 100%. One of the best decisions that I ever made was packing up and coming here. So he has graduated high school at Round Rock High School, and he's now in the 18 plus life skills work program. And he's doing really well. I'm super, super proud of him. It's just he and I here at home. And so, again, staying in the theme of singles, it's a lot to ask of someone else to come and step into the life of a special needs child. And so where I always say single by choice mostly, the other percentage of that is it takes a special person to come in to the life of an autistic child. He'll be 20, but probably the mental capacity of about a 15-year-old, I would guess. And you go, so that's what you're coming into in a anything beyond casual dating scenario. And so I'm super proud of both of my kids. And like I said, so if somebody can come in and step in and accept, I guess acceptance would probably be one of the key buzzwords there. And certainly one of my yums.
For sure.
Acceptance, not just of me and all my crazy idiosyncrasies, but my son as well. I think then that relationship would have a real chance.
And not just acceptance, like full embracing love for him and Logan, not just, and Shelby. It's full embracing, not just, hey, I tolerate that. No.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But you kick my dog when I turn around. I love dogs, and then I turn around and you kick my dog, and you go, right. It'd be the same thing with my son. There can't just be the, oh, hey, Logan. There has to be interaction and acceptance the way we know acceptance to be that way.
Exactly. Agreed. Good question.
A little lighter scale. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Where are your favorite restaurants in Austin to go? This is one of our side characters, is Austin.
A lot of I'm a big fan of restaurants gone by the wayside, unfortunately, in some cases where Austin is concerned. I like Eddie B's. I like the old Camino del Casino before it burned down. I liked I thought that was the best burger anywhere I'd ever.
Oh yeah.
That place was fantastic. I really, really like Perry's on a Friday for so many reasons.
Rooftop.
What they call the Nest. And I like the pork chop Friday. And I can, I'm 310 days today with no drinking in my 366-day challenge with my brothers and sisters. And but when I am drinking, man, I can go to Perry's and have that pork chop Friday and just drink right into the happy hour. Then cucumber, pear, whatever it is, martini thing. Yes, please. I'll have 20 of those. Those are fantastic. And so I really like Perry's, and I like the Roaring Fork. the Roaring Fork right there, right down the street from Perry's, as a matter of fact, is one of my favorites. Whenever my mom would come visit, it was, son, take me for some of that green chili mac and cheese.
Oh, yes.
In that cute little pot that they serve it in. And so we would sit by the fire there and catch up. And that will always have a big sentimental spot in my heart.
Yeah. Oh, Steve is an orphan. I think that's important to note.
Oh, yes. Yes, us too.
Yeah.
I get you, Steve. Oh, okay. So on that same, if you're on a date, how do you feel about, do you pay, do you share the bill, or do you want them to pay? This is some insight people like to know.
I find I almost always pay, and by almost always, I'll say in the 90th percentile. And that is, I just feel obligated. I don't think that chivalry is dead by any measure. And I will say this, I love it when I go on a date and it is, no, I'm going to get this. You got dinner. Yeah. When the girl gets something, let me get the valet. Let me tip the valet. Yeah, anything that is like throw a little, it doesn't have anything to do with the money. It has to do with the sense of
contributing.
Yes, we're in it together. And I think it speaks volumes about the any future of a relationship going forward. Shelly, you hit the nail right on the head when you said we're in it together.
Yeah.
There are going to be a lot of things that are going to be great and fun, and there are going to be some things that aren't so great and fun. And the question is, will we be in it together? Everybody, I tell my friends, when they say for better or for worse in wedding vows, hell, everybody's in it when it's for better. It's let me see where your relationship's at it when the for worse gets here.
Yeah.
Let me see where your relationship is at then.
Yeah.
I'll be able to tell if you say you're paying for everything.
Yeah. That's right.
Sometimes I go out on dates and I can see that's expected.
Yeah.
It's a turnoff. It really is. I don't mind paying for everything. I mean, to me, I largely consider money to be just rocks, and it's just a medium of exchange for fun and food and shelter and clothing. And you can always go get more rocks, right? You can always go get a second job. You can always go sell more real estate. You can always go do other things like that. So money is just a medium of exchange. It's the expectation I don't like of the, well, here, let me turn around or go to the bathroom or whatever when the bill arrives. It's like, oh, Jesus.
The alligator arms.
Exactly right.
Yeah, at least pretend. Pretend you're going to jump in there. Yeah.
Don't lean over and look at the bill and then sit back and be like, man, that's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So crazy.
So, are you a pet person?
I love pets. I have my girl Mabel. She's 9, my Labradoodle, and I just put down my 11-and-a-half-year-old Frenchton, my French Bulldog, Boston Terrier, Scout in July. And we all know, I mean, man, if you've had a pet that you've loved, that just guts you. But I didn't do the go run out and grab another pet. I don't want Mabel to be alone. I'm going to live it out with Mabel. I'm taking her with me today. We're going up and meeting Egon from here, and we're going out and playing a little golf. I'm bringing Logan out with me, and we're going to go enjoy a round of golf. But Mabel will come with me to the lake house. I'm just not getting another pet to go along with her because I'm going to take a pet break. For 5 to 10 years, I'm going to take a pet break after Mabel. I've had continuous dogs for 17 years. And it is, I'm going to take a break after Mabel crosses the Rainbow Bridge. But I love all pets.
Unless you meet the love of your life and she has a dog or a cat, and you're like, of course, bring it.
Of course, that's right. And it is. Hey, if it comes with the package, it's just like children, right? We talked about that earlier. And you go, young or old, at home or not. Atheists or faith followers, it comes with the package. You have to decide, am I going to be able to accept that? And I mean, I don't want you to have a dog that acts like a total ass.
Clark. Like Clark.
Hey, I agree with some of the people Clark bit.
Is there
I'm a lover of all things pets.
somebody had like a snake
Or a rat.
or a rat?
Not a problem at all. Actually, rats are really smart, and I love snakes. It broke my heart to have to kill one rattlesnake that wrapped itself around my post in my garage, and I could not get it to leave. I tried everything that I could do to get it to leave, and when she wouldn't, I had to get a golf club and behead her, and it just broke my heart. I think that everything. You know me, Shell. We're the virus. We're the virus. Every life, really, all creatures, great and small thing. Everything has a right to be here. We don't have a right to just go paving over everything indiscriminately.
Yeah.
And wiping out everything. I think everything has the right to be here. So my friends laugh. I chase flies out of the house with newspaper in each arm, trying to guide them out the door, because I don't want to kill anything. Everything has the right to life. And I certainly wouldn't want anything to do that to us, right?
Exactly.
Something came along and was like, oh, well, let's start exterminating these little human fire ants. It's like, no way, man. Everything has a right to be here.
That's right. Agreed. They were here first.
That's right. Exactly.
Okay, we're going to get down and dirty now. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you DTF?
Am I DTF? Well, I guess that would depend. I mean, so I guess my initial answer is no, because how many times have you been around that block on your way to 55, right? And you go, fun? Absolutely. But there always seems to be fallout, especially as you get older. Why is that? When you were young, it was like, man, no, it's really fun. Take care. And now it's the porch crier. You pull up and there she is on your porch crying. And you go, nobody wants a porch crier. And so I'd have to say it would have to be a qualified DTF.
Yeah,
A porch crier.
Porch crier.
I love that.
Oh, man.
What are the rules for the DTF? What are some of the rules for DTF?
It's I guess that's another thing about it, Jody, is there are some questions that have to be answered along the way. A lot of times the DTFers there's no discussion about protection. There's no discussion. I mean, I have a vasectomy. So pregnancy.
Yummy.
Pregnancy is not an issue. But I had one ex-girlfriend who,
What's her name?
I'm not going
No. I'm totally kidding.
I don't guess and tell. And so she was so concerned initially that it was like, nope, and I'll put the condom on because I want to know for sure that I am not going to get pregnant. Well, I'd already had the vasectomy, but I just let her have her fun with that. And so we went like the first dozen times, and then finally, I felt obligated to say, hey, I've had a vasectomy, and you can't really get pregnant. That was after the first time taking off the condom and completing the deed that way, bareback, and her saying, gosh, we may have just made a baby. And it was like, actually, no. Yeah, we didn't. And I kind of expected a lot of blowback and almost for her to be upset. But she wasn't. I mean, it was just like, oh, good. Then we don't need to keep doing that going forward. And but that was one of the more interesting things where DTF was concerned. And I'd have to say that to answer your question directly, Jody, it is. I want to know a little bit about you. I'm not 20 anymore. Where I don't care. I met you at Casa Carlitas, and after a couple of margaritas, heading back to your place sounded great because I still lived at home, and that doesn't sound good to me anymore. It just doesn't. I don't know if it's growing up or growing old or maturing or what it is, but now I want there to be some substance behind it.
Yeah, I hear you. Do you think that if a girl was like, had all of your yums that you like and what you perceive as a potential person, like you just kind of knew it on the first date and y'all seemed really into it and you were into it, would you go for it? And do you think there's a double standard if she's ready to go?
If all of those boxes were checked and we were both really feeling it, I mean, man, I'm not against it. I don't want you to think I don't know how many sexuals there are now, asexual, pansexual, all that stuff. Frigid. I'm none of that. I would say, yes, if we were both feeling it and it was, everything seemed right. And like you said, most importantly there, I think if I saw a future in it, as long as she was okay with, being that close on the first date. I guess so. Yes, I would say yes.
Okay. I'm going to think that I know the answer to this. Are you into PDA?
Of course. Are you kidding me? Man, I'm proud to show affection to the person that I'm with. As a matter of fact, when you talk about love languages, physical contact is my number one. If I was putting them in order, physical contact is my absolute number one. I love the feeling. I still tell my last girlfriend, I love the feeling of holding your hand. Holding your hand, it's like a direct line to my heart. I absolutely love that. And I certainly have no qualms at all about holding you, kissing you. I mean, it's not going to be some big makeout session in front of everybody that's going to be like, blush. But I will kiss your neck. You can count on my hand being on your knee if we're sitting down at a table or something of that nature. So, yes, I'm PDA all the way.
If your love language is, this is for the listeners, if your love language is physical touch, you have to get Steve on board. You have to give him a try. You have to give him, his hug is so good. It is a full body hug. And he is an equal opportunity hugger. I mean, he hugs Adrian every time he sees them. Both of our boys, he is, and it's so meaningful. It's not, hey, it's, I love you.
If you couldn't express, I learned that from my mom, by the way, the hugging. When she hugged me, it was just, you were safe from everything in the world. And wow. And so I read a thing one time that said, if there were no words, if you had no voice, if no one could talk, how would you know undoubtedly for sure that somebody really loved you? And it was the hug. It was beyond kissing. You're not going to French kiss your kid. And you go, so it was hugging. It was. And you might hold your kid's hand across the street, but you're not going to hold your kid's hand on a
the same one. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. In the same way. But you go hugging, you said it best, Shelly, equal opportunity. You can do that to everyone. And you don't have to say anything. They can, it's something that they can feel. And I get just as much out of hugging them as I hope they get out of being hugged.
I've heard some podcasts where I think it was Jason Bateman that there's a man in their hug in their group that does like this minute-long hug, and they were all freaked out by it when it first started, but now they crave it. They're like, he's here, come give me a hug. And like our friend Chelsea Blisky, I know you've experienced a Chelsea Blisky hug. They're the best things in the whole world. I'm like, let me get in there. I want a hug.
Wait a minute, she's not on the Singles podcast, is she?
No, I know.
Oh, every guy wishes. She is what every guy is looking for. That's a great example of a young to the degree of that's every guy is young there, I think. I think it's the good heart, the hug. You're absolutely right. I mean, it's a 10 out of 10 in the hugging arena there. And but I agree with you. There are certain people. I have a couple of friends back in California that love to tell the story of, oh man, I didn't used to be a hugger, but man, Steve would grab you. These are guys.
Yeah.
And Steve would grab you, and you tense up an A-frame hug and all that stuff. And Steve would just pull you right in. That's nice. He loved that. The more he felt you tensing, the more he smothered you with his hug. And so today, yep, I'll admit it. I'm a hugger, and it's because of Steve.
Jody. Yeah. Jody's not a hugger, and you always go in for it, and I love it. It makes me laugh so hard.
Well, Jody has a fair claim, though. One day, Jody said to me, "Can you just not squeeze me so hard my head pops off?" And that's fair.
So, can you dance?
I can dance. Do I dance? Rarely. Like, I'll dance. My good friend Lisa Ormsby's daughter is getting married here on January the 18th. Congratulations, Lauren and Michael. And I will definitely dance at their reception, of course. Yeah, and a lot of times I like being the guy that at least goes out there and starts it. I may not dance the night away, but like when you're sitting around in a group, it's just like in group participation with a speaker, right? No speaker wants to not have anybody participate. And you go, it always seems like there has to be somebody that goes out there first and breaks that ice. And then once everybody's out there dancing, I'm usually back to the table or my group of people or the bar.
I just have to say, there's nothing more unattractive than, and it's such an ick when
the sound effects on this show are amazing.
And the guy won't get up to dance, or he won't ask you to dance. It's like, what the heck? You don't have to dance the night away, but at least a couple of dances are pretty much required at a dancing situation. All right. Believe it or not, Steve, this is really important to the ladies that we've been interviewing, is smell. Do you have a cologne that you wear? They just are really attracted to men's smell.
The biggest ick has been smell.
Like, if you're bad smelling, they don't like it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see that, and I don't over clone it. As a matter of fact, it's funny. I'm doing this interview with you sitting in my bathroom, and you go, "There's my little tray of colognes." My favorite, I love the rose water spray. And so I would not say I'm not somebody that's known for their unbelievably great smell. Some guys you're just like, dude, there's like the Aqua Velva guy. Oh my God, there's the Old Spice guy. Oh my God, it's the Jovan Musk dude. And you go, that's not me. I like light citrusy colognes. And yes, I wear deodorant. Sorry, Matthew McConaughey. And I shower. Sorry, other celebrities that have quit showering. And I use those scented soaps, the Bigfoot or Sasquatch, it's called, scented soap. My favorite is the Bourbon Barrel Whiskey. Man, that one just smells so good. And to me, it's like, that's what a man should smell like. A man should not smell like a woman, first of all. Man, when you smell all perfumey, I don't like the Giorgio Armani smells and those that smell make you smell like a chick. I'm not saying I don't like chicks smelling good. I do. I'm just saying I don't think guys should smell like chicks. And so, yeah, I like a light citrusy cologne and a light aftershave, but I try not to overdo it because I know that could be a definite ick for chicks, and it's a definite ick for me. If when I'm around other guys that have too much cologne on, I'm like, wow, dude, it's like making my eyes water.
Yeah, you don't want it to be like that. That's too much. I agree. Okay, Shelly, any other questions that you could think of? I think
I just think it's important to know that Steve is very spiritual.
Very,
very spiritual, and very, very connected. And I'm not talking about religious. He is religious as well, but that he's very spiritual.
Yeah. You can tell by the way you respond to the questions, Steve. You're very thoughtful and you're very thought-provoking, and you're going to make that new love of your life just, you're going to find them and you're going to connect on such a great level. I can already feel it. My head's already ticking.
I know. She's already texting me on the side. What about?
Well, I'll tell you, the faith has to be a part of it with a long-term partner for me. There have to be. It doesn't, man, I don't want to hear your version of Jesus Christ and religion and all of that stuff. I'm a strong believer, and Jesus was sent here to teach us to walk with the Father, not to, religion didn't have anything to do with it. And it has to do with being a good person. And then when you talk about things like faith, well, you guys would know. What'd you say, Jody? 61 years combined being married? How many times have you had to rely on your faith in 61 combined years between the two of you?
Every day.
Every day. Yeah, exactly.
Every day.
Exactly. So I know there's... It can't be some godless, well, we're all just here by accident.
The Matrix.
I don't know. Carrie Ann Moss was pretty hot in that. But
Eddie don't believe in God. I'm okay with it.
and really, I've even thought about that, the atheist and agnostic thing. And could you be with somebody like that? And you go, I guess it would depend on what their opinion is of faith. That doesn't have anything to do with me. To me, that doesn't have anything to do with religion or that kind of thing. It's simply, my pastor at my church said, I go to celebrations here in Georgetown, and he said, Steve, the difference between faith and no faith is the difference between being in a rough and stormy sea and having a great big life raft that you can cling onto and climb in versus not having that. How do you think that would feel?
Oh, man.
That's a great description. That is a great description of faith.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's faith in humanity. It's faith in nature. Say it however you want. I love it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we are all connected. And by all, I don't mean all of us just humans. I mean all of us everything. When you cut a tree down, look at the stump. Man, then look at your fingerprint. Don't you see the same exact thing? We're all connected that way. And so I love like you said, Shell, I love the faith in humanity, faith in myself, faith in others, and faith that we're all connected and that everything is going to be all right.
That's right.
And you're just ready to make a connection. And so
it always seems that way, doesn't it?
I feel like it's the other way around. Everybody's just trying to climb on Steve.
I know.
This is like, can I have that for an afternoon?
Just an afternoon. You're ready for the real deal. Let's go. Yeah.
We will see what life holds. Like I said, I'm not gonna chase it. And if it finds me and I find it,
if that butterfly lands on you, you're gonna embrace it.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Such a pleasure to interview, and I know we're going to manifest this person coming into your life. That's what we're going to do. We're going to set out good vibes, your direction.
Well, more than anything, I hope the things that we've talked about help others as well.
Yeah.
I sure appreciate you guys having me on the show. I love listening.
Well, we hope you come back often. You're just an easy interview for sure.
Hey, it's sunshine. Sure.
Oh, and he's on that second mountain. I can't wait for you to read that book.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, got it written down right here. I will definitely order it from Amazon or load it from Audible and let you know what I think.
I love you.
I love you too. I love you guys. Thank you for having me on, and I will catch up with you again soon.
Texas. Yeehaw!